West Water Sports, ahoy, and welcome along, Wayne Stretch. Hang on, let me just shuffle myself over a wee bit. We're still set up here for Wednesday night, State of Origin. There we go. Let's just move me across a little bit into the center of the screen. Wayne Stretch, how's it going, mate? Ahoy, welcome along. Tania Godwin, ahoy. Ooh, hey, Tania. I almost, very almost streamed the Fiji versus Scotland game earlier on. I was keeping a keen eye on it, but I've seemed to have missed what happened there. So we've also got to pop ourselves live on the TikTok. I'm running a little bit behind, of course. I set myself up for these things, and I'm like, oh, I've got plenty of time. Plenty of time. It'll all be good. And then, lo and behold, wouldn't you know, what happens is time, of course, escapes you, and next thing you know, well, next thing you know, here we are. All right. That we'll just have to do over there on TikTok. We're going to go live for All Blacks France. Second test. Sports banter. That's what it's all about. And of course, happening right now, Wales versus Japan. Japan are playing tonight. Wales playing Japan, of course, right before this game. I wanted to cover that game last weekend, but of course, it's just a little bit too close to marrying up with the kickoff for this one, which, of course, this is the main game. This is the All Blacks. My All Blacks taking on France in the second test. Now, to speak of this game, we saw France really push the All Blacks to the limit last week. An understrength French team that was written off by all and sundry. And the All Blacks only went on to win the game by 4 points. Look, I'm expecting, especially with sweeping changes in the French squad, I am expecting the All Blacks to have a better performance. It was their first hit out last weekend, right? So, look, if they can't come out with more intensity, more aggression, more cohesion in this week, then maybe, just maybe, you start to worry a little bit about season 2025 for the All Blacks. But I'm expecting a better performance for them. So, me personally, I haven't made too many changes. My same game multi looks pretty much exactly the same as it was last week. Cody Taylor, I've pretty much always got that bloke in my same game multis. Cody Taylor's a beast. If the All Blacks at any point put the ball into the corner from a penalty and set up a rolling maul from line out, Cody Taylor is in the game and an opportunity for a try scorer. So I've put him in there, as I always do. Now, France had a lot of success racing up. The All Blacks didn't have an answer last weekend necessarily for France's rushing defense. Look for Cam Roigard to have some snipes around the ruck. The Cam Roigard, I've got him anytime try scorer this week. If they just focus a little bit more about the ruck and in and around the ruck, having snipes, Cam Roigard, Aaron Smith style, scooting out from the back of the ruck there, might open up some opportunities if France continue with the rushing defense. And of course, if the All Blacks play the way that we expect them to, Will Jordan's an opportunity, Rieko Ioane's an opportunity, Geordie Barrett's an opportunity. So much try-scoring threat. France have got some try-scoring threat of their own, so I've linked them together. Theo Adesogbe and Rieko Ioane's, who I've landed on for the All Blacks. So that rounds out my same-game multi for this one. Not a lot of difference from the last game. JC Smoke, ahoy, mate. Do I think Will Jordan will become the highest try scorer for the All Blacks this year or next year? He only needs 10 tries. Next year's probably a little bit more likely. But I'd say it will happen. Panda Bear, thank you very much for the rose over on TikTok. I very much appreciate that. Cheers. Raven187, ahoy. And Edward Chambers, ahoy. Edward Chambers joining the channel membership on YouTube. Oh, many cheers. Edward Chambers, thank you very much for jumping on board and supporting this little space on the internet we call the Wasted World of Sports alternative commentary. And boy, we've got a huge weekend coming up. Holy hell. As the teams go through the anthems right now, I can run you through a little bit of it. Obviously here, starting off the weekend with the All Blacks and France in the second test, we've also got the British and Irish Lions, their last warm-up game before the proper test matches start. And they'll be taking on an invitational Australian 15. So that'll be coming up straight after this game. And then I'll be back later tonight, well, early tomorrow morning my time, but probably later tonight for a lot of other people, for the Springboks. Let's see what they can come up with as they take on Italy in the second test. And then that's at 1 a.m. my time. And then immediately following that, we will be up. I'll already be up. I'll be staying up. And we'll be continuing our Not Another Bloody Wrestling show by covering AEW All In. Paige, ahoy! Welcome along over there on the Tickety Talk. Jace, ahoy mate, big win for the Melbourne Storm in the end. For those following along with our NRL coverage, big victory in the end for the Melbourne Storm after a shaky start. What was the final score there? 32 points to 14. There you go. Comprehensive win in the end there. The Storm were behind at halftime, it's worth pointing out. Melbourne Storm were trailing at the halftime break there against Newcastle. They copped the traditional Bellamy bollocking at the halftime break. And the second half was pretty much all Melbourne. It has been a while, Paige. Everything's going very, very well here at the Wasted World of Sports. As a matter of fact, the success of Wasted World of Sports has single-handedly been delaying my Intoxigamer rebirth. For those who have been following me on social media for some time, I do intend to bring my gaming channel back at some stage. It's just all a matter of time. Ulster fan, you were up at 4 a.m. in the morning for the Scotland game. Nice. I tried my best, but yeah, couldn't get around to it personally. King James wants to know my thoughts on the AUNZ jersey. I've got to be honest, I have not seen it yet, but I will see it later tonight because I'll be covering that game immediately after this one. As the All Blacks now get set to present the haka, led by Cody Taylor, our man who's in the anytime try scorer multi. And hopefully this gets him fired up for a big game. As the All Blacks lay down the challenge. Some chuckles there from the French side. Oh, they've got to be so careful. Be careful there, boys. We know that France have a history of standing up to the haka in many, many unique ways. Of course, World Rugby and modern day cancel culture. I don't like that term, cancel culture, but modern day, everyone's got to be so protective of themselves. World Rugby has stepped in and said, essentially, there'll be no more going toe-to-toe with the haka, which is craziness because that's exactly what it is. The haka is laying down a challenge. Marching forward and standing toe-to-toe is actually a show of respect. We're accepting your challenge, and we're going to bring the fight to you. So, yeah, I think it's a little bit of silliness there that they've cracked down on answering the haka in any capacity. But that's just my 2 cents. Let's bring it on. Second test about to get underway. The All Blacks looking for a much better performance. Exactly. Tania Godwin, I guarantee you the players love it when the opposition does something out of the box in retaliation to the haka. I mean, that's what it's all about. The haka is laying down that challenge. in many respects. As the All Blacks go into a huddle, looks like they'll be receiving the kickoff. Christopher Ridley is the match official here from England. Nick Berry's been demoted down to assistant tonight. Moments away from kickoff in this one. All Blacks, France, second test. And traditionally, Tanya, like France have been, what's the word? France have been trend setters, I suppose, in terms of going toe to toe with the haka and accepting that challenge. So it's disappointing to see that they essentially have to stand there. Not that I think they would have really done anything in this tour anyway. Not a World Cup. They save all that stuff for the World Cup, don't they? And it's the All Blacks who get us underway here. Second test is off and running. France tackled inside their own 22 as Josh Brennan lays it back. And they'll have another ruck here before the inevitable box kick clearance. And wouldn't it be surprising? Well, it's not a box kick. They've thrown it back to the fly half, and Segons thumps it upfield towards the halfway line. Well, there you go. I was there expecting the box kick. And that's a hell of a clearance. The All Blacks have been turned around just inside their own half. First line out of the night. And Cody Taylor gets it to Tupou Vai. The high ball. The bomb squad's out. Geordie Barrett chases through. Misses it. He has an air swing. And it sits up at the back for Leo Barry, who sends it down in behind Beauden Barrett. Collects it inside the 22. Runs it outside the 22. Or did he? Yes, he did. He stepped outside the 22. Put it into touch on the fall. And that's the first mistake of the game. We come all the way back from where Bodie kicked it. And France will have the line-out throw. That's an early mistake. France go to the middle. Uncontested. They bring the ball down and the rolling maul is set. This could be a dream start for them. The rolling maul is well formed here as they march forward. 10 metres out from the line now, and they've still got shape. Now it goes to ground. They've fallen over each other. Releasing the ball into midfield. And here they come, France, with an early ambush potentially. Deportere straightens the attack. They're right in front of the post here. Some early defense required here from the home side. Segon, out the back it goes. And Barassi goes to ground. They're 15 metres out from the line. And the early attack is with France. Boucheton drives forward. Back in front of the post they are. Barlow. 2.5 minutes gone. No score, but it's France on the attack. 5 metres from the line now as they pick and go. Legatic. The defence was wise to it, though, and the All Blacks have shut them down. It's still here for France, though. 10 phases they've been through. 10 phases of attack, 10 metres from the line. Referee gets himself in the way, nearly blows it up. Cut out pass is a good one from Segon. Stepping back in field, Galiton. Just a couple of metres short now, France on this left edge. Back into midfield, Van Tunda. This has been a dream start. 13 phases. Back into midfield, and the ball spills out the back of the ruck. It's play on. Still there for France. And up now we've got a call of knock on against the French. What a start it was, though. France, off the back of the mistake from Beauden Barrett. The mistake being putting the ball out on the full from the kick outside the 22. Stephen Peake, you've got Narawa Surveyor. I thought about, you know what? I honestly thought about putting Artie Surveyor in. I'll say that now, just in case he does indeed score a try. I'm happy with what I've gone for, but yeah, I thought about Surveyor. Tadia Godwin says it's already 17 degrees here in the Highlands. Don't laugh, but that's a heat wave. I would love to be in a 17-degree heat wave. Holy hell. I mean, our heat waves here are like 34 degrees, like literally double that. As the scrum goes down, All Blacks 5 out from their own line. It collapses in the front row, but referee says play on. Breaking away from the back is Leo Willie, who gives it to Roigard. Clearing kick is just outside the 22, so the pressure is still on here. CJ Dunn, ahoy mate. All the best for my multi. And cheers for the stream as France. Line out throw is pinched. Pilfered by Tup Bovai. And that is a relieving turnover for the home side. They can set up a better quality exit here and get themselves back down into French territory as Roigard, told to use it, sends the box kick up. Taken at the back on the fall by Gaeleton. And France have indeed been turned around into their own half. Tania says the Scots can't cope with heat. They go mad. I've had a couple of Scottish friends out this way, and yeah, they generally bugger off during the really hot period of the year as Will Jordan chasing this kick through. Pressure on Sagon. Gets the pass away, though, and Leo Barry, kick is charged down. Needing this one to sit up. No, it's been lost forward as they try and collect it. They being the All Blacks. Driving over the top, but it's a knock-on advantage here to France. 10 out from their own line, still playing under advantage. I think we'll come back for the scrum at some point here. Pretty much. Referee is just biding his time. As, France have now elected to clear. And it's probably, honestly, a better result than the scrum going down defensively for them, but still. Attacking line-out throw here for the All Blacks. They go quickly to the front. Roigard scoots away. Brought down just outside the 22. Six and a half minutes gone. This is the All Blacks' first real attacking opportunity as they carry it inside the red zone. Savea lays it back. And here's Fabian Holland. Is it just me or Fabian Holland? Or we could say Fabian Holland. Sounds like a French player, if you say it that way. Into midfield. And here's Billy Proctor. With the penalty now to the All Blacks. France caught offside. And this will be an opportunity to take the 3 points. Take the 3. Get the first points of the game. Scoreboard pressure and all of that. That's what I'd be doing. That's my call. Take the 3. And they are. Common sense prevails. Showing the opposition the respect that they deserve. Every opposition deserves respect. Honestly, even if they're playing Namibia, I'm saying take the 3 right now. And this should be the first points of the game. From right in front, Beauden Barrett, he's not mucking around. He's put that one over. And the All Blacks lead this 3 points to 0. So they survived the early defensive, or the early attacking onslaught of France with their defense. And they end up posting first points themselves. Great start there for the All Blacks. As France send it deep with the restart. Leo Willie sets up the ruck. Just inside their own 22 here, the All Blacks. Low ball here for Roigard, who sends the box kick down. And finding touch just short of halfway. That's a nice exit from Cam Roigard. A solid box kick. Don't forget, Wasted World of Sports, we got coming up the British and Irish Lions. Their last hit out before the tests. Looking forward to that one and seeing, can it all come together as the All Blacks again steal the line-out ball. As Villiere in midfield loses it. And this will be a scrum down for France. As you can see, all the early territory going the way of the French. Doing quite all right for themselves here early on. Early doors. 3 points to 0, though. The All Blacks lead. Bobby, ahoy, mate. Let's go, the All Blacks. Hell yes. Let's go, the All Blacks. There's France with the scrum feed here. Legarec waiting to feed it in. It sets, and it's nice and solid. Penalty, though, to the All Blacks. Well, there you go. And they tap and go quickly. Roigard sends it out to the right. Narawa here. Stepping back in field, but he's taken down. He wasn't out on the edge. He was one in. So I can only assume who was standing out there on the wing. Geordie Barrett now thumped backwards in the tackle, but still inside the French half. 10.5 gone. The kick through from Roigard. Sits up for Surveyor. Lays it back. And now again, Beauden Barrett this time with the kick in behind the line. Needing it to stay in the field of play. And it beats everybody into touch. Leo Batty just shadows it across the sideline. Complex basic. Ahoy, mate. As France go quick with the line-out throw, and it's nearly stolen. But Beauchaton brings it in. Holy hell, that was dangerous. 5 meters out from their own line. They've gone quick and right over the top. Artie Surveyor nearly steals it away. And a nice clearing kick now from France. 10 short of halfway. Complex basic. How are you, mate? I was just thinking about you the other day. Not in a weird way. But yes, I always remember some of the early birds to the channel. The people that jumped on and supported early doors. Names that I will always remember. I mean, cheers to everyone, really. But you know what I'm trying to say. As Cody Taylor throws this one into the line-out. Taken down by Tupou Vai. Barrett again with the chip over the top. And it's an easy mark for Leo Batty. Oh, nice. Currently in Bali. Awesome. You know, I'd love to travel one day. As from the mark, France fine touch here. Oh, it bounces infield. Pressure on Barrett at the back. Pops it back and it's picked up by Tupou Vai, who carries over halfway. There was not a second wave of French chasers there for that ball. They'll be disappointed about that as Leo Willie takes it up. Back it goes to, who was that kicking? Will Jordan, who keeps a low flat kick. Looking for touch. Ada Stogby keeps it in field for some reason. And not a lot of angle. Gets the clearing kick outside the 22. Over on the right touch, off the right boot. He didn't have the angle at all. Yeah, I didn't get a chance to finish, Jace. Didn't get a chance to finish my thought there as the game started to play out. Yeah, I'm keen to do some traveling myself, but Cam Roigard's going to score here. The All Blacks have absolutely bamboozled everybody, myself included. Cody Taylor with the line-out throw. They haven't just bamboozled the defense. They've bamboozled me. They bamboozled the camera operator, the TV director. Everybody was fooled by this play. It was the hidden ball trick. The hidden ball trick. Christian Leo Willie throws the dummy out to the left. Artie Savia breaks away. And he has Cam Roigard in support. And we have got tick number 1 off the multi. Cam Roigard with the opening try of the night. 8 points to 0. The All Blacks lead. Kick to come. A nice early tickety-tick off the multi. That's what we want. As Beauden Barrett hooks this one back around from out to the left of posts. Have yourself an ice cold beer there, Cam Roigard. A nice early tick off the multi. 10 points to 0, the All Blacks lead. Wow, that came out of absolutely nowhere. A trick play, and it tricked everybody. France dropped that restart just short of the 22, but it's knocked on as they compete for the ball. 15 minutes gone, All Blacks up 10-zip. A much better start. Play comes to a close there. We come back for the scrum. Dolphins 2811, ahoy. Welcome along over there on the TikTok. Complex Basic, you're going to be there in Japan January to April. Nice. Yeah, I'm not sure on the exact dates, but yeah. I will be... it's the plan at the moment anyway, is I'll be heading over there for business. I'm sure I'd be able to sneak in some time for some socializing and some fun. Dolphins 2811. Dolphins 2811. Can we do a live battle? Sorry, Dolphins. I don't mess about with all that bollocks on TikTok. I must admit. I'm just here to hang out and call the game. Cheers, though, mate. Scrum goes down, and it's a big shove from France. All Blacks secure it, though. It was very, very flaky at the back. Ioane slots in at halfback. Told to use it, and it's Cody Taylor who now sets it up a little bit further infield. France attack, but illegally. And it's a penalty to the All Blacks as they seal off at ruck time. $10 points to 0, 16 and a half gone. The All Blacks leading. Muzzle flash, ahoy, mate. What is bollocks? I'll let somebody from the chat room explain to Muzzle Flash what bollocks is, because I don't want to get myself suspended on TikTok again. Cody Taylor throwing to the line out here, just inside French territory. Dupovai secure as always. And into midfield, Leo Willie pops the pass up for the number 13 there, Billy Proctor, driven back in the contact. Roigard brings it out for Barrett. Cutout pass goes to the touchy. Poor pass. Jeez. I'll tell you what. Beauden Barrett's having a shocking start to this game. Poor execution on the pass. He put the kick out on the full early, which gave France their early opportunities. I mean, we know that I am not the biggest fan of Damian McKenzie, but Beauden Barrett, if he's not careful, he might just be playing himself out of that number 10 jersey, and Damian McKenzie being given a chance in the third test. Mind you, I couldn't really have any problem with Damian McKenzie being given a chance in the third test anyway. 18 minutes gone here, 10-0, the All Blacks lead. It's France in possession, though, off the back of another Beauden Barrett mistake. If you take those Beauden Barrett mistakes out of the game, France have not had any ball inside the All Blacks half. I mean, that's, honestly, that's the nature of the way that this match has started. Beauden Barrett's errors have brought the opposition down this end of the field. Nice inside ball. Keeping the ball alive. The Garrick pushes the pass. It's off All Blacks' hands and play on. And now out wide to the left is Gaeleton. The ball deflects off the All Blacks and into touch. And we come back for a TMO review. There could be a potential sin bin in here. Yellow card could be coming up. Potential foul play, potential yellow card. Don't tell me it's Beauden Barrett. Wouldn't a yellow card just... Oh, and it is Beauden Barrett who has knocked that ball down. He is not going for the intercept. Beauden Barrett is about to be sitting down for 10 minutes just to add to his miserable start to this game. Potential foul play. Beauden Barrett stuck his hand out. That is usually a yellow card. And he's into the pocket. He's gone to the pocket. Try scoring opportunity. Beauden Barrett has just slung the hand out to knock the ball down. And he's going to be spending 10 minutes in the bin with that yellow card. Boy, this has been a nightmarish opening 19 minutes for Beauden Barrett. His only touches so far, kicked the ball out on the full from outside his 22. France went on an early attacking raid. Threw the cutout pass into touch. Way too far ahead of Amoni Narawa. Gave France this attacking platform, and then he doubled down by an intentional knockdown to spend 10 minutes in the bin off the yellow card. And 3 points incoming here. Legatic with the penalty goal just to the left of posts. Puts it straight through. $19.5 gone. 10 points to 3. Beauden Barrett, an opening quarter of this match that he would very much like to forget, I'm sure. It's been a disaster. Earl Forrester says, I once got kicked in the bollocks. Yeah, Earl. In my younger days, of course, multiple years of playing both rugby league and rugby union. Popped many a knock to the bollocks. One of them still doesn't sit right. The other two are fine, though. As this pass goes back, the clearing kick from Segon. Finding touch. Not a lot of distance, though, from Segon. Twenty and a half minutes gone. The All Blacks leading by a converted try. They've been very secure at line-out time. This time they pick out Holland. Fabian Holland as Kiddo. Ahoy there. Welcome along on TikTok. The rolling maul is set. Cody Taylor's got it at the back. Oh, imagine a Cody Taylor try right now. We've already got Cam Roigard over nice and early. No, there is Roigard releasing the ball into midfield. Geordie Barrett dummies. One Barrett's in the sin bin. One Barrett still out there. Scott Barrett, of course, out injured this week. So it's not Barrett's or us this week. There's only two of them. Kiddo, thank you very much for the 51 roses on TikTok. Cheers, mate. A loose from Surveyor again. Still there for the All Blacks, though. Roigard steps, sniping around the ruck. Like I said in the pregame, he didn't find any space, though. Tupou Vai having a blinder, lays it back, knocked forward and offside from France. Roigard has a snipe again. He's 5 meters out. Surveyor up for Tupou Vai. And will come back. Knocked on by the All Blacks will come back for the penalty. Offsides against France. Now, at 10 points to 3, a man in the bin, you surely take the points. You run down the clock a little bit, as much as you can. You take the points that are on offer. And you wind it down a little bit to get Beauden Barrett back onto the field. Or you just ignore me and you put it into the corner. Mind you, I'll be happy with this decision if Cody Taylor scores off the back of a rolling maul. DJ Shaq, ahoy, mate. How are you, buddy? I thought that was a common sense decision a man in the bin take points while they're on offer. But anyway, let's see. They could get more here. Cody Taylor with the throw. Goes short to the front. The rolling maul is set. Look for Cody Taylor to get this one back. He does. He breaks away. He scores. Oh, yes. Like I said, it was always the right call. It was always the right call there for Cody Taylor to break away at the back of the rolling maul. Or was it Cody Taylor? Who's come up with the points? Ardie Savea. Cody Taylor was there supporting him, and that's why I thought that Cody Taylor had the try. It's actually Ardie Savea who's come up with it. There we go. Cody Taylor is right up his wazoo, driving him across. It's Ardie Savea who's actually got the try. Well, there we go. That goes back to our conversation at the top of the stream, doesn't it? But the All Blacks knocking back the attempt at 3 points. And my God, Jordie Barrett's taken this a long way back. Jordie Barrett has taken this well back, this conversion attempt. And he's put it right down the middle. He can take it back as far as he wants. He can take it back as far as he wants if he kicks them like that. 17 points to 3. The All Blacks, as France get us back underway. Ardie Savea, the try scorer. Cam Roigard with the first one. And for those who are here at the top of the stream, you will know I bloody talked about putting Ardie Savea in the... we nearly had Ardie Savea in the same game multi. Bloody hell. As Roigard with the box kick clearance, finding touch up on halfway. That's a hell of a kick. Cam Roigard, honestly. I was a big fan of Cortez Ratama and still am. Big fan of Cortez Ratama. But Cam Roigard has taken to this Blacks jersey like a duck to water, as they say. France now with the overlap. Beauden Barrett, 4 minutes left in the bin. Straightening the attack. They lose it backwards. It's very, very disjointed attack. Over on this left edge. Back into midfield they go. Segon, the cutout pass into midfield. And Adolcio holds on for too long. And the All Blacks secure the turnover ball. Who was it? Stand up and take a bow. I believe it was Leo Willie. Leo Willie has secured the turnover ball. Penalty to the All Blacks on halfway. Take the 3. CJ Dunn says, looking forward to the review of tomorrow's All In on the next Not Another Bloody Wrestling show. We're actually going to be doing All In live. I woke up about 2 hours ago, and I will not be sleeping again until after All In is done. So, yeah, we'll be covering All In live tomorrow morning. Yippee. As the All Blacks throw to the back of the line-out. It's messy, it's loose, but it's scooped up by Billy Proctor. And they have it in midfield. Janet Iaka. Janet Iaka? I hope I'm saying that right. Thank you so much for this show. Can't find the game anywhere. Sky Sports is down because of bad weather. Oh, bloody hell. That's got to be painful. Well, hopefully we can fill in the gaps there. Chock Waffle, ahoy, mate. All Blacks carry inside the 22. Beauden Barrett still in the bin. The pick and go from Holland. Lays it back for Savea. Savea wants 2. Share it around, Ardie. Narawa into play scrum half. Taylor goes out the back for Jordan. Short ball to Proctor out on the left. France dive in, but it's still there for the All Blacks. 7 phases. Jordie Barrett pushes the pass, and Adesogbe has space. Puts the kick upfield. Will Jordan racing back, but look at the French jerseys fly through. Pressure here on Will Jordan. He's outnumbered 4-on-1. Oh, he does extremely well. No, he doesn't. Penalty for holding on. I thought he had done really well. Legarrette goes quick. France now on the attack. 10 meters out. Legarrette goes again. Cut out pass. Wide to the right. Here's Adesogbe. Grubber kicks through for himself. Adesogbe grounded by Will Jordan in the end goal. Oh, that was frantic. And we could have another sin bin here. There could be another yellow card. Beauden Barrett has still got 2 minutes left in the sin bin. Oh, and this is going to be trouble for France. Trouble for France here. Geordie Barrett has blood gushing out of his nose. And the TMO wants to have a look. They have picked him up. And he's dropped on his head. This is going to come all the way back. Penalty to the All Blacks. And I think a penalty is fair. They have tipped him, but I think just a penalty is sufficient. This is going to be all the way down the other end of the field. It's before the turnover, before Adesogbe's original kick. Geordie Barrett has been lifted beyond vertical by 2 French defenders. He hasn't landed on his head per se, although he is gushing out blood from his nose. I think a penalty is sufficient here. He could have protected himself. Well, it's going to be a yellow card. And on report, not on report, potential upgrade to red for Joshua Brennan. The French lock, the lifting tackle on Geordie Barrett. And this is going to come all the way back to the other end of the field. Penalty to New Zealand. They can take the 3. For once, will they listen to me and take the 3? Tania Godwin, who's the ref? Some pommy bloke. Yeah. I don't remember his name off the top of my head. The penalty goes the way of the All Blacks, and wow, 6 penalties conceded by France. That's pretty telling. As Geordie Barrett puts this one into touch. Reed Nichols, ahoy, mate. Oh, Tava is on the field. There he is. Tava. Yes. International Test debut. Tava Nawai. All Black number 1,228. "29 minutes gone, or 28 and a half to be precise. The throw goes to the middle of the lineout. Rolling maul is set. Cody Taylor's got it to the back. Cody Taylor still has it. Dives over the line. And Cody Taylor gives us tick number 2 off the same game multi. We've already got Cam Roigard. It's now a tick for Cody Taylor. All Blacks up 22 points to 3. The kick to come. And they're doing this. Well, now there's a man in the sin bin. A yellow card for both teams. But the All Blacks have done the most damage with... maybe they should keep Beauden Barrett off the field. I would say... That's actually a really good question. Who has Tava Nawai come on for? I would suggest, as Beauden Barrett's back on the field now, to take this conversion attempt. And he pushes it out to the right just to continue his nightmare of a day. Nightmare of a night, as it were. I would suggest that Tava Nawai's on for Geordie Barrett. Because the All Blacks got the penalty of a dangerous tackle against Geordie Barrett where he was tipped beyond vertical and he smashed his face into the deck so hard that his nose started bleeding. So I would assume that he's off for a HIA. Anyway, France have secured the restart, 22 points to 3. The All Blacks leading with 10 minutes to go until the halftime break. France secure the restart and immediately spread it wide to the left where there's space here for Gael. Lays it back in field. No, he doesn't. It's in touch. All Blacks throw. About 15 out from their own line, though. This will be a defensive throw. So that'd be my suggestion, is Jordie Barrett's probably gone off for HIA. Tava. Yes, Jordie Barrett has indeed left the field. So there you go. It's now become official on my team sheets. Thanks, Rugby Pass, for the team sheets. Cody Taylor goes to the back of the lineup. Ball is secured. Roigard sends it into midfield. And he wants another one set. Tupou Vai. As Roigard told to use it now, has it at the back. Sets. Oh, he spills it. It's gone backwards. Play on as he scampers away and eventually gets the kick downfield. It's a hell of a kick that he's had to rush into. And Gael puts this ball high. He chases his own kick on halfway. Bats it back. It's there for the All Blacks. Penalty, though, to France. The deflection back to Tupou Vai, who's on the deck and therefore can't play at that. Or it might have been Tui Pelotu, actually. Oh, no, it is Tupou Vai. He was on the ground. If you're on the ground, you're out of the game. That was one of the first things we were taught. As now France, from the penalty, put the ball way too deep. It's gone dead in goal, and they come all the way back for a scrum. It is just, it's not France's night tonight. It is not France's night. A hell of an effort in test number 1. Sweeping changes for test number 2, and it hasn't worked out for them so far. But yeah, as I was saying, like when I played as a junior, it was one of the first things that we got taught. If you're off your feet, you're out of the game. Joe, thank you very much for the rose over there on TikTok. Cheers, mate. The scrum goes down here in midfield. There is Tava. What a beast. All Blacks with the feed. Roigard screaming at the troops. Wants that ball out. Here's Tava. His first hit up. His international test debut. As Barrett now grubbers in behind the line. And it's going to sit up in the field of play. Gael has to play at it, and they've tackled him into touch. He lays the ball back in field before he crosses the line. And Addis Togby sets up the ruck, but France pinned down 10 meters out from their own try line. Under immense pressure here. A player down, of course. The yellow card has remained yellow. Legatic with the box kick. Sends it up to halfway, but doesn't find touch. Barrett with a loose pass. He really is having a shocker tonight, Beauden Barrett. Everyone's entitled to a bad night, though. Barrett now with the kick over the top. Finds a little bit of space. It does sit up for Segon. Gives it back inside to Barry. Barry dummies the kick. Now he takes off down the left flank. And the clearing kick is eventually made by Gael. Beauden Barrett back for it. Gives it off to Jordan. Jordan changes direction. Angles back into midfield. Is tackled on halfway. Barrett with the short ball to Proctor. Proctor not expecting it, but it's still there for him. Mr. Ed's dead. Ahoy, mate. Nara goes on a run. Some fancy footwork creates some space. Tui Pelotu scoops it up. Fires it in field. But I am De Groot. And I am De Groot. Back for Tava. France get in the way, but were they onside? Yes, says the referee. It's play on. Big defense, though, from Narawa. All Blacks pile in. Numbers advantage at ruck time, but now France get there. They've got the ball at the back of the ruck. 5 minutes to go till half-time. The pick and go from Halagahu. And France have secured possession. Crazy Kiwi. Go All Blacks. Worked with them down in Dunedin last week. Oh, very cool. Very cool. Box kick here from the Gaddick. Moving forward to take it. Beauden Barrett. Short ball. Nicely given to our boy Rieko Ioane. Rieko Ioane is our last try scorer in the multi. We need him to hit. We've got Roigard. We've got Taylor. We just need Rieko now in the second half as Ardie Savea creates a burst. He goes straight through. Flick pass back. Proctor has it. Gives it infield to Barrett. And on the charge is Rieko. Pops it back for Holland. Holland up to Tupou Vai. And Tupou Vai dives in under the posts. Counter-attack, old school. All Blacks rugby at its best. And Tupou Vai finishes it off. He scored in the first test. He scores again in the second. And the All Blacks, well, we talked about it in the pregame. They were going to be much better, much more clinical in the second test. And it was all started, that blind break from Ardie Savea. Holy hell. What a try. That is old school, classic All Blacks counter-attack rugby. Converted by Beauden Barrett from right in front. And they're up 29 points to 3. And it's also classic All Blacks. The championship minutes, 5 minutes before the break, 5 minutes after the break. We're so used to them scoring tries in those periods of play. Oh, and he loves it. Tupou Vai, he's got the tongue out. Back underway. Rieko Ioane takes the kickoff, and he's got Leo Willie, who sets it up just inside their own 22 here. Roigard setting up, presumably, the box kick here. And he does indeed. Cam Roigard off the left boot. Not a lot of distance on this one, but still, it's an exit nonetheless. Vinny on TikTok says, up the All Blacks. Joe Murray, ahoy, mate. France with the line-out throw here. 2 minutes to go till the break. And still down a man, of course. Joshua Brennan, the lock, still in the sin bin on that yellow card. And the ball is lost over the top of the line-out. Cody Taylor comes away with it. Oh, it's all gone pear-shaped here for France in the second test. They made mass changes to a team that nearly knocked off the All Blacks in the opening test. And they're playing like a team that's never played together before as Leo Barry calls the mark inside the 22. Beauden Barrett put the kick up. But yes, it was obviously always the intention of the tour was development. They sent a B-grade squad out. And it was obviously, the whole idea was obviously just to give players a run. They nearly pulled off an upset in the first test. For whatever reason, they didn't persist with the same squad. And they're getting found out here tonight as the All Blacks with pretty much exactly the same team except for Scott Barrett, who's out with injury. But the same team playing with a lot more cohesion. And just as I say that, they come up with a knock-on. And this will be a scrum down to France with 30 seconds to go until the break. 29 points to 3, though. It's been a hell of a first-half effort. I mean, so much improved. Beauden Barrett, honestly, is probably having one of the worst games that I can ever remember him having in the number 10 jersey. But still, they've fought on through. And overall, it's been a very solid first half display from the All Blacks. 5 seconds to go till that siren sounds. And this will be the last play of the half, unless there's an infringement of some sort. 29 points to 3. France, they've kind of got to throw caution to the wind a little bit, don't they? Surely. The scrum goes down. Legatic has it at the back. What do, France? They shift left. The All Blacks are outnumbered on the left, but stepping back in field is Leo Barry. And the All Blacks are able to contain that. Short ball from a Stegon. Opens them up in midfield, and they've come up with the error. Oh, no, it's off his head. It's a Falcon. Falcon Jones. And it's play on. As again, France attack the left. Some space opens up, but what a tackle. Billy Proctor then gets up and attacks the ball and wins the turnover. Billy Proctor, try-saving tackle, gets on his feet, plays the ball, secures the turnover for the All Blacks. Then they're going to run from 10. Oh, they've lost the ball forward. That comes back for the penalty. And they'll probably just tap this and kick it into touch for half-time now. Kariyama Brass, ahoy, mate. Billy Proctor, great defensive effort there. Winning the turnover, and yeah, as there's 2 balls on the field, Beauden Barrett taps it, thumps it into touch, says, that's enough. We've done all we need. 29 points to 3. And I tell you what, I am sitting pretty. I am sitting pretty here on my 4-leg multi. 2 try scorers down. Rico Ioane or Theo Adesogbe in the second half, and the All Blacks by 13 plus is looking pretty secure as we go into the break. 29 points to 3 up. Crazy. Much improved performance in the second test here from the All Blacks. I'm going to have myself a quick break too while they have a break themselves. Time for everyone to have a break. We'll be back second half and to recap the first half right after this here on the Waste of Water Sports. Thanks for being with us. Back shortly. Ah, yes, half time. 29 points to 3. The All Blacks too good at the moment. Dominating. And nice to see that we've got 2 try scorers across the line nice and early. I mean, 2 try scorers in the first half. It's always fantastic in a game of rugby. And the 13 plus is looking good as well. So we pretty much just need Rico Ioane or, of course, Theo Adesogbe. And that's the beauty of this final leg remaining. The final leg remaining being that it's essentially a combo. It's a double banger. We will surely get multiple opportunities here in this second half for that to hit. Fingers crossed anyway. So both teams have had yellow cards. Beauden Barrett for a deliberate knockdown. Joshua Brennan, the lock for France, for a tip tackle. Lifting a dangerous tackle on Geordie Barrett. And, yeah, just a much improved performance all around from the All Blacks here. Which, I mean, it's what we expected. Totally what we expected. Raven 187, Paco. You know what? I could smash a burrito right now. Halftime break burrito. That'd be nice. Halftime burrito. Oh, this has been brilliant, though. Like, that first try from Cam Roigard, that was insane. That took everyone by surprise. Took me by surprise. Took the cameraman by surprise. Just, yeah, that was a nice little trick play out the back of Rolling Mall. I could absolutely smash more than one. I just wouldn't have time for it. Victor? There's only so long in a halftime break, but if I had time to just go about my business in my own time, absolutely, one's not enough. Nice little trick play off the back of the Rolling Mall. Cam Roigard scoots down the left edge, scores the opening try. I thought that I had Cody Taylor earlier on in the piece than we actually had. But we got him a little bit later on. It was Ardie Savea who actually came up with the second try. And it was Cody Taylor who was supporting at the back of the Rolling Mall. I thought that Cody Taylor had the ball at the back, but no, it was Ardie Savea. And Ardie was somebody that we also talked about for any time try scorer as well. It didn't eventuate. Cody Taylor did get his try, though, in the end. A lot more traditional from that phase of play off the back of the Rolling Mall. Cody Taylor diving over just as we expected it to happen. So just one more try scorer tick off the same game multi, and we're laughing. And the All Blacks, of course, maintain this dominance and take the 13-plus win. And we've got a sensational little 4-leg multi there. And this 4-leg multi will pay for my burritos later on. Tangi Patea. All the way, All Blacks. Or Patea, sorry. Tangi Patea. All the way, All Blacks. It looks like they are indeed going to go all the way. 29 points to 3 at the halftime break. And that's just the difference. The difference in the two teams. France made sweeping changes to the team after the first test, giving some more troops a run. I completely understand it. They've obviously chosen this for whatever reason as a development tour. Now, how much Northern Hemisphere club rugby, European club rugby, how much of that has impacted their selections for this tour, I don't know, because I don't follow along with it. Whether that played a part in player availability or what, I don't know. But whatever reasons they had, they've obviously chosen this as a development tour. So it makes sense that they would change the team for the second test, and they'll change the team again for the third test. But it's clear to see the difference between the two teams now. The All Blacks are playing with a lot more cohesion, and they only had the one change, forced through injury, of course. Odd popper to Hoy, mate. But here on the Waste to World of Sports, of course, we will be continuing. We've got the second half of this game to come, of course. Just one more tick we need off the multi. Rico Ioane or Theo Adesogbe. We'll take either one, of course. That'd be nice. And the All Blacks 13 plus are looking pretty good. And we've got coming up after this game, there'll be a short break while I set everything up. But after this game, the British and Irish Lions will be having their final warm-up match before the test match proper. Taking on an Australia. Hang on, who are they playing? An Australia-New Zealand Invitational, I believe. It's who the British and Irish Lions are up against tonight. Australia, New Zealand 15. Invitational team. Yes. So that'll be coming up after this game. The British and Irish Lions, their last chance to warm up before the proper test matches. So I'm very curious to see what they can come up with. And then there'll be a little bit of a break after that as well, a couple of hours. And I'll be back for the Springboks. Let's see what the Springboks can throw up. It'll be my first opportunity to check them out in season 2025. Hakari Mutu. Is this the All Blacks' first test? Second. Yeah, that's kind of what we were just discussing. Like France sent a largely developmental squad. And they made a whole massive changes. They ran the All Blacks close in the first test, made a massive changes to the second test. The All Blacks, they only had one change, and that was forced through injury. Scott Barrett sitting out of this one. But outside of that, it's the exact same team, and they're playing with much more cohesion. France largely look like a team that hasn't played together before, essentially. Whereas the All Blacks look like they've had a test under their belt. And that's been the difference, really, between the two teams. The only real difference between Test 1 and Test 2. Brett Fremantle, ahoy, mate, from South Africa. Very nice. Love to see the All Blacks kicking those French frogs' butts. Of course, South Africa, as good as the All Blacks are and traditionally have been, I mean, at the end of the day, let's be honest, at the end of the day, rugby and Springboks, right? It's the Springboks. They dominate World Cups. They always take the fight to the All Blacks. Yeah, honestly, so much respect for Springboks rugby. But anyway, I digress. Tania says, Northern Hemisphere rugby has a different style, structured, forward-driven. We play faster, more fluid. Here's what I think the problem is with the Southern Hemisphere. This is what I personally think. Waste to World of Sports, we cover both rugby league and rugby union. Here in Australia, rugby league is the dominant code out of the two rugby codes, right? AFL is obviously the big beast here in Australia. But in terms of the actual rugby codes, AFL's not rugby. In terms of rugby, union versus league, league wins hands down in Australia. And I think in order to compete with league, that Australian influence of this supposed we need lots of tries and line breaks and fast, free-flowing rugby that infiltrates Super Rugby. Well, Super Rugby is actually a detriment to international test rugby. Anyways, that's a conversation for another time. As France get us underway Sogby competes for the ball hard, and France come down with it. Starting the second half, much like they started the first, inside the All Blacks red zone. Numbers to the left if they can spread it out there. Barlow. Obstruction. But we'll come back. Oh, the ball was in touch. Okay, there we go. The ball was in touch. France, they were on here, and there the ball does indeed touch the sideline. And the All Blacks will have the line-out throw. Cody Taylor throws to the front. The ball's secured by Holland. Holland sets it back for Roygaard. Roygaard into midfield. And Leo Willie will lay it back. A solid opening minute here for the All Blacks as they clear up over halfway. Sogby thinks about going fast. But they'll just settle it down here, France. 29 points to 3. Can they fight back this deficit? I mean, obviously for my same game multi, I'm hoping not too much. I'd be more than happy if they get a try, and it's Sogby. As that line-out throw is askew, and the All Blacks come away with it. Numbers to the right. Oh, but a 72 on one overlap to the right. But Rieko Ioane decides to take it into contact up the middle. By God. It's still there for the All Blacks, though, as they march inside French territory. I am de Groot. Stands in the tackle, loses the ball forward. And this will be a scrum down to France. Oh, that was really poor option taken from Rieko Ioane, though. It was a huge overlap off that line-out turnover. To the right, he decided to take the line on, and I understand his way of thinking was probably bend the line, get the arms free, and offload. But honestly, they just needed to pass that out to the right. Jason the Pom, ahoy mates. France lost by 4 last week. What happened? I'll tell you exactly what happened. As the All Blacks now get a penalty, the TMO has interjected and said there was a dangerous tackle, and it's a penalty to New Zealand. It was the All Blacks' first hit out last week, for starters. And it was for France as well, in fairness, but I'm just saying. France made sweeping changes to the team. I think there's something like 10 new players in the squad for the second test, whereas the All Blacks' only change is Scott Barrett forced through injury. So there's a lot more cohesion here in the second test. As the line-out throws wonky from Cody Taylor. Sits up for France inside their own 22. And they have an opportunity here to clear. So that's basically what's happened. The box kick is sent upfield. It's going to land in the field of play, and Beauden Barrett spills it. His nightmare continues. Honestly, Beauden Barrett is having one of the worst games that I can ever remember him having. He loses the ball forward into another All Black, and it's called offside. I mean, rightfully so. It's called offside because it was offside, and France will have a penalty here. So that's what's happened, Jason the Pom. They being France, they've treated this whole tour as a development tour, and it's a whole, it's basically a whole new squad for this game. K11, Mackenzie is playing. He's in the number 23. As here comes some sweeping changes for France in the forward pack. 17, 19, 20, and 6 coming back onto the field. Mass changes here for France. Four minutes into the second half. Oh, Sevu Reece is out as well. Sorry, yeah, JC Smoke, Scott Barrett, and Sevu Reece, which has given Amoni Narawa a start, and Tava Nawai on the bench. That's the other change. France throw it to the line out, taken by Woki. And the rolling maul is set. They're 30 metres out from the line here, France. Penalty advantage as it collapses. Here's an opportunity for France to strike first in the second half. Villiere goes in and digs it out. And under penalty advantage, they can throw caution to the wind a little bit here if they so desire. And I would advise it, honestly. There's now some quick hands, and it opens up for France in midfield. And here's one of the replacements. Talifer, 2 meters out, right in front of the post. They spread it wide to the right now. Barry, the pass is intercepted by Rieko Ioane and into touch. Try saver from Rieko. But we'll come back for the penalty. Rieko Ioane, a dead set try saver. And dare I say, it might have been a multi-killer. Because that ball, I do believe, was going straight onto the chest of Theo Adesogbe. They come back for the penalty, though. And, yeah, that cutout pass intercepted by Rieko. Adesogbe was probably going to be the recipient of that. Neonello, am I regretting the 13 plus? With a 26-point lead? Absolutely not. As, back down the short side goes Barlow from the line out. Tapped back down to the hooker. It's here for France. Keeping the pressure on here. A meter out from the line. All Blacks pile in. Trying to repel this attack. Still there for France, though, although it's getting very bunched up. Penalty advantage. Penalty advantage. As they spread it to the left. Just to the right of the post. All Blacks try to rip it away. Legatic. Numbers galore out here. The cutout pass hits the chest of Batty. And Leo Batty scores. Leo Batty. The try is scored for France. The pressure has been persistent. And Leo Barry, he's been solid tonight. And a well-deserved try. $29 points to 8 with the kick to come. Legatic with the conversion attempt. A simple one from just to the left of posts. And it is 29 points to 10. Beautiful work there from France. Starting to suck in the big ones here, the All Blacks. Jason the Pom says, go the Lions. Yes, looking forward to that one coming up. British and Irish Lions. Their last warm-up game before the test proper as the All Blacks secure the restart. Barrett kicks it in behind the line. It seems to be his only thing tonight. Needing it to sit up in the end goal, but it beats everybody dead in goal. They'll come all the way back for the scrum. And I tell you what, it's not been a good night for Barrett. Tania Godwin says, imagine playing the All Blacks for the first time and scoring a try. He'll be dining out on that for years. Is this his first? No, Leo Barry Wasn't he playing in the last test? That's crazy. If this is his first match against the All Blacks, that is a hell of a moment for him. Hell of a moment. Either way, it's still a first. It's his first series. Let's say that. It's his first series against the All Blacks. There's France here with the scrum feed. Oh, absolutely. Hakari Mutu. Beauden Barrett's really having a nightmare. This is great work, though. Ruck time for the All Blacks, and in to steal the ball is Tupou Vai. Tupou Vai with the turnover. And a penalty for the All Blacks on halfway. But we know that I'm not the biggest fan of Damian McKenzie. But D-Mac is sitting there on the bench in the number 23 jersey. It might be time to unleash him. The game is firmly in control. Let's just see what can D-Mac do. As Cody Taylor has the throw here. 10 minutes gone in the second half. 29-10, the All Blacks in the lead. They go to the middle. Fabian Holland brings this one down, and the rolling maul is set. Tadia Godwin says that the D-Mac reminds me of a hobbit. I'm sure that he's probably had that said to him multiple times. As this ball goes out the back for Will Jordan, the French defense reads it well. And the All Blacks have been pinned on halfway. Back for Jordie Barrett to send this ball high. The bomb is contestable. Lost backwards rather off France. No touch on it from the All Blacks. Back inside their own 22 here. Deporte. Stepping left, stepping right. Angling back into midfield and lays it back. France in possession. And the clearing kick from inside the 22 is sent right down the middle of the field for Will Jordan. Jordan puts it high. He's going to chase through. Lost by Barry. Back into the hands of Proctor. Knock-on advantage here for the All Blacks. Ioane in at scrum half. Now Beauden in midfield. To Geordie. Dummies. Takes the line on and he's brought down. A new advantage now, and the penalty's given straight away. Penalty to the All Blacks here. They tap and go quickly. Roigard needs support. He's got it from Will Jordan. Jordan taken around the shoulders. 52 gone, 29-10. All Blacks ball. Penalty advantage now as France are offside. Ioane goes up the middle. He's got Beauden Barrett in support. 10 metres out. Roigard onto Jordie Barrett. Savea steps around and throws a forward pass out to the right for Cody Taylor. Oh, they'll come back for the penalty. They were playing under advantage. They just had to go through the hands there. Enrico Cornelius says they must put D-Mac on. Barrett sucks tonight. And look, everybody's entitled to a bad game, right? So everyone's entitled to a bad game. But when you've got a capable replacement sitting on the bench and you're up 29 points to 10, there's absolutely no problem with making that change. As the All Blacks from the penalty put this into touch 5 meters out from the line. Cody Taylor wipes the sweat from the brow. Let's see. Rolling maul will be the go-to. They'll see if they get it set. Taylor throws to the front, uncontested. The rolling maul is set. Waiting for Cody Taylor to have it at the back as it crabs sideways. 5 meters out from the line. Taylor does have it. That's once, says the referee. They release it. Roigard to Geordie. Dummies. Flick pass goes up. Who's that? Billy Proctor. Half a metre out, Billy Proctor. Roigard Passes it out into midfield in front of the post. French defence, solid. Roygaard now goes right. Barrett with the short ball to Jordan. And Will Jordan scores. Will Jordan plants it down under the post. 34 points to 10. And the kick to come. The flick pass from Geordie Barrett onto Billy Proctor nearly got the try. Ryan Abbott says, try to Tane Randall. Oh, God, that takes me back. That was a painful, painful era for All Black supporters, was the Tane Randall era, wasn't it? And then we had the Reuben Thorne era, which actually was, you know what? They actually weren't that bad, really, were they? All things considering. Outlaw, ahoy there, mate. Outlaw says, great channel. Thanks, bro. As Bowden Barrett converts, and the All Blacks are up 36 points to 10. Now, I do have same-game multi-protection on this wager. There's 4 legs. I do have 3+ legs. If one leg fails, you get the bonus bet back. So that'll be happening, it seems like. The 13+ is looking very secure as the All Blacks spill it from the kickoff, and here come France again. Numbers out to the left. They can't release it. The pick and go is the option, though, from Woki. Lays it back. It's still on here for France. 10 out from the line. The All Blacks have got to get better at securing that restart ball. Trying to dig in there is Takiaho, but France go left. And here's a chance for Deport there. They're a couple of meters out. Oh, big defense from the All Blacks. As France only go 1 out from the ruck. 5 meters out. Digging in here and then over the top of the ball. Artie Sarvea. But the All Blacks are offside. Artie Sarvea with the turnover. But the All Blacks offside. It'll be a penalty to France's half. Oh my God. Half of Artie's ears hanging off by the looks of it. That looks nasty. That looks very nasty. 36-10, 56 minutes gone. France have it 5 meters out. Right in front of the post. The rolling maul is set. They've driven over the line. And the ball is held up. Right under the posts. The ball is held up. The All Blacks defense is held on. Who is it? Oh, don't tell me. Don't tell me that's Cam Roygaard, the littlest fella on the field. No, it isn't. Oh, it might be, actually. Oh, no, it's Bowden Barrett. Well, he's made amends. Goal line restart here from the All Blacks. As Adesogbe takes it, and he's tackled into touch. And the All Blacks all stand and applaud. The entire backline appreciates that. Taylor has this line out stolen. But France come up with a knock-on. First knock-on, though, by the All Blacks. Referee was playing advantage. Oh, excuse me. There you go. So, 57.5 minutes gone. 36-10. The All Blacks are up. We've got Taylor. We've got Roygaard, Ioane, Adesogbe. A lot of the attack in the red zones hasn't really been going down those edges, though, has it? So, I don't know. We've got All Blacks by 13 plus at the moment. That's looking pretty secure. But, yeah. The Ioane Adesogbe leg is starting to look a little bit shaky with 20 minutes left to play in this game. France with the scrum feed in the red zone. They feed. And into midfield. A short ball is well read by the All Blacks defense. Adesogbe is crunched backwards, and the All Blacks drive over the top. And the penalty is given. The All Blacks just charged in over the top of that and secure the penalty. Just kicking it, says good game. The Frogs ain't giving up. There's Geordie Barrett finding touch. And, we got a nice close-up there of Billy Proctor cleaning his nose out. That's what we want to see. And thank you very much for the follow. Just kicking it. Wasted World of Sports. Live on YouTube, live on Twitch, live on TikTok. Alternative commentary for Rugby League, Rugby Union. And we're doing some professional wrestling tomorrow as well. As, Takiaho is on. Throws into the line out. And the All Blacks come down with it here on halfway. Roigard has it at the back of the maul. The box kick seems to be the option it is. It's high, contestable. The All Blacks pile through. Adesogbe. Up there, Gazali. Adesogbe channeling his inner AFL. Takes that ball. The scouts will be out. And now France spread this ball left. Clearing kick goes downfield and out on the full. It'll come all the way back for an All Blacks line-out throw. 20 minutes left to play. All Blacks about to go on the attack again. Right back. All Blacks have the line out throw. One here, 30 out from the line. The kick put through. And it bounces awkwardly at the back for Paddy. Ioane scoops it up. Fires it back for Roigard. 10 metres out here, the All Blacks. Narawa heads back in field. Oh, that was a kind bounce. Ioane now goes again. Oh, this is the last tick off our multi, essentially. Rieko Ioane or Theo Adesogbe. Surely one of them get it done here in the last 20 minutes. Is into midfield, 5 metres out. The All Blacks keeping it in tight. Very tight. They're very bunched up. This ball's not getting released wide until there's some form of advantage, you would think. As Bowden Barrett switches direction. Gives it here for Tupou Vai, looking for a double. Still 5 metres out. Roigard still looking down this short side on the left. Geordie Barrett goes out the back for Rieko. Rieko Ioane's put his hand and touched the great big galoot. Rieko Ioane's dived across the line, but I think he has put his left arm in touch. The great big doofus. He doesn't look confident. Please tell me he scored this try. Please tell me he scored this try and did not put his hand in touch. Rieko Ioane down the short side. He's over the line and he's put the ball down, but I fear he might have just put his left arm in touch here. As Roigard sends it left, Geordie Barrett, the nice little flick on for Rieko, and this is touch and go. This is touch and go. He gets it down! Yes! Rieko Ioane gets it down. And that is the third tick off our multi. I am confident enough to put this one on now. I don't think the try's been confirmed just yet. But I'm going to go ahead and put this one up. We do have Rieko Ioane scoring. And the All Blacks 13 plus is surely a lock at 41 points to 10. I feel like we've just nailed this four-legger. Nailed it. Anyway, there's some new people in the chat that I haven't acknowledged yet. Just Kicking It says, I muted the game to hear your voice. You have a great commentary voice. Thank you very much. Just Kicking It. Michael Toa. Ahoy, mate. Jam. How do I say this one? Germany says, the Blacks. As Bowden Barrett from smack bang on the sideline, hooking this one back around, hooks it in, and it's a conversion. From the sideline, bends it in, 43 points to 10. As France get us back underway. The multi is looking very, very good right now as the last try score has gone over. And the All Blacks get a penalty. It was $9.78 to the dollar. Just for those wondering, $9.78 to the dollar for the 4 legs. Which is looking bang on at the moment. All Blacks with the penalty from the restart now. Fine touch up towards halfway. And with 17 minutes left to play, 13 plus, I mean, it would take a brain explosion of brain explosions, I think, for the All Blacks to give up this lead. As Mackenzie's on as well. Damian Mackenzie's on. The All Blacks clear from their own side of halfway. It's a nice little chip in over the top. Zakor Kadir, ahoy mate. Am I going live next Wednesday for the boxing match? Sonny Bill Williams versus Paul Gallen as France get a penalty here. France get the penalty and a legal clean out. You know what, Zakor? I legitimately, honestly thought about it, but do you know how much that thing is? 70 Australian dollars they're charging for that thing. 70 Australian dollars they are charging for that garbage. So I was going to cover it. If they had have priced it reasonably, like $30 or $40, I would have said, you know what? We'll have some fun. We'll have some drinks. We'll cover the Sonny Bill, Paul Gallen boxing match. But for $70, they can kiss my ass. Basically. And I apologize for being so forthright about that, but geez, $70? No. As down the short side here, France on the attack. Inside the 22. Legaric goes in and digs it out. 15 minutes left to play. Some consolation points will well and truly be on offer here for France. Can they somehow fight back and like make my 13 plus margin in jeopardy in some capacity? Penalty though for the All Blacks. Adi Savea in over the ball, securing the turnover. France holding on. Just too good tonight. Too good. The All Blacks, too good tonight. Laho, you've got Taylor, Roigard, Jordan, All Blacks 13 plus. Oh, mate. Yours was very similar to mine by the sounds of it. Taylor, Roigard just had Jordan instead of Ioane. And the All Blacks 13 plus is looking very, very good. Ken, ahoy mate, Ken Jiho from Namibia. Sorry, mate. I'm not laughing at Namibia as I'm not laughing about Namibia. I'm just laughing as the fact that I actually brought up Namibia earlier in the stream as an example. So I thought it's funny that there is actually someone here from Namibia. That's crazy. Welcome along, Ken. Waste a World of Sports. People jumping on from literally all over the globe. David, ahoy, mate. David Terakata. I still don't know if I'm saying your name correctly or not, but ahoy, mate. Nice to see you back. And yeah, welcome along. Jaden on TikTok says, yes, your multi is going to hit. Hell yeah, it is. I'm pretty sure that Namibia used to be on Jonalomu Rugby on the PS1 because I used to play as them. I used to play as all the minnows and take them through to World Cup glory. I'm pretty sure Namibia was one. Anyway, France scrum here. They've come up with a loose pass here out the back to Gael. Still there for France. Michael Choa says 420. Copy. Hell yeah. 420'd it up earlier tonight myself. I mean, what? Cohen Elrico. Ahoy, mate. Welcome along. There's a box kick here over the top, looking for Adesogby, but Will Jordan takes it, gets away from Adesogby, and the counter-attack is on now for the All Blacks. Mackenzie in open space. 12 minutes left to play. 43 points to 10. Can they bring up 50? The ball's loose out the back. It's popped up by Ratama. Jordan pops it back inside. Oh, this is Sevens stuff. Tavatavanawa now puts the kick in over the top, and it's going to find touch. It's going to angle back in field and sit up in the end goal. Hastoy has it for France, grounds it in goal, and they'll have a goal line dropout. Oh, Tavatavanawa. That looked like it was going into touch for all money, but it just angled back in field. Hey, you guys, says Artie for All Blacks captain. As France have gone quickly here with the restart and secured the ball. So, at 43 points to 10 up, with 10 minutes to play, a clear thing for the All Blacks to work on for the third test is ball retention from the restarts. France have been dominant from the restarts, whether it be kickoffs, goal line restarts. France have been dominant in that area of the game for sure. And now they get a penalty as Will Jordan's holding on. A little bit isolated. And I know that at 40... Oh, that's a poor kick from France. And it's here for Ioane, who pops it up, and it's been spilt by Karifi. What the hell kick was that from France, though, from the penalty? So, yeah, it's been extremely nitpicky, I know, at 43 points to 10. But one area for the All Blacks to work on is definitely the restarts. J-Dog 2004 says, when's the Australia game and who are they against? Okay, so it's coming up after this game. So this game's going to finish, and there'll be like a half-hour break before I stream again. It'll be the British and Irish Lions versus an Australia-New Zealand Invitational 15. And that's coming up after this one. We'll be covering the game here on the Waste of World of Sports. It'll be the last warm-up match for the British and Irish Lions before they take on the Wallabies in the proper test matches. So it'll be a great last look at them before they settle on their final team. As the scrum down on halfway here, secured by France. They immediately spread it wide to the left, and Barry puts the kick through. Going back for it is Ioane. He's got Mackenzie with him. Mackenzie's caught. There's a sea of French defenders there. Oh, but the All Blacks scramble back, and they've done well here. Adi Savea leading the way, of course. 9 minutes left in the game. 43 points to 10. Can they snap 50 here? Do you reckon I'm safe, I think? I think I'm very safe to put this last tick on my multi and call it a win. What do we reckon? I'm feeling pretty secure in putting this final tick of the multi up and pretty much saying I've won this one. This four-legger is mine. Brown Brothers. Oh, some nice wines, by the way. Brown Brothers over on TikTok from YouTube. Very nice. Thank you so much for sussing out the waste of water sports on another platform. Very much appreciate it. France, though, they've been dominating possession here in this back end of the contest. So maybe if we're talking about nitpicking, that might be another little thing for the All Blacks to look at as well. Restarts, and they've clearly dropped off here in the final 10 minutes of the game. And by the way, Michael Toa, I have a Super 12 program in the back room, part of my merchandise collection, a Super 12 program. Justin Marshall's autograph from when the Crusaders came here to Queensland and played the Reds. Justin Marshall and Andrew Mertens were the halves pairing, so I've got their autographs. I also got Caleb Ralph. Hang on. We'll come back to that. Ada Sogby down the right edge, stepping back in field. Met hard in the tackle. Who was that made the hit? That was a hell of a tackle down the right flank. Still there for France, though. You have to ask the question, okay, so is this a scenario where the All Blacks have just got the game won and completely dropped off in the last 10 minutes? Or if France, has it just taken them this long to gel as the ball spills out the back of the ruck? And it's a penalty to France. They're going to get some more possession now. But speaking of those Super Rugby programs from back in the day when I used to go to the games, my prized possession is the Wellington Hurricanes Hana Umanga, Jonah Lomu autographs on the same team sheet. Hana Umanga, Jonah Lomu on the same page, because I don't think it's anyway, it's on the same team sheet anyway. Five minutes left in this game. France with the line-out throw, taken down by Woki in the middle. Yes, I actually have Tania Godwin. I legitimately have Jonah Lomu's autograph on a Super 12 program that I stupidly ripped out of the book. So it's just the page. It's not the whole program. I ripped the page out. As France here held up over the line, and they'll come back for the penalty. But you know, when you're young, you don't really think about what stuff's going to be worth in the future, right? So I tore the page out because I didn't want the whole book. I mean, I hate to be like profiting off people's death or anything, but you know what I mean? Like, how much more valuable would that have been if I left it in the actual entire book rather than ripping the page out? But you don't think of these things when you're little. When you're little, you just want to unbox everything and rip everything apart, as kids do, you know. France with the penalty here. And, I mean, look, the All Blacks have clearly switched off. clearly switched off as France are dominating the back end of this contest. The throw goes to the middle of the line out, uncontested. It's brought down by Bocheton. This maul is going nowhere. Well defended by the All Blacks at the moment. That's drive number 1. Spins around to the left and breaks away. The France are close here. Half a metre out. Back into midfield they come. Malay, half a metre short. Still there for France. Numbers to the left if they can get it out there. The try's been awarded. Well, they didn't need to send it out to the left. They've driven over from the side of the ruck. And it's, Joshua Brennan. Joshua Brennan. Yellow card in the first half. Gets a consolation try in the second half. Well done there, France. Look, they've not given up. The All Blacks have clearly gone off the boil. But take nothing away. France, this young team, this experimental development team, have fought tooth and nail from start to finish. They've not given up. Paul Oosterhuizen. I hope I didn't say that right at all, did I? Paul Oosterhuizen. Probably still didn't say it correctly, but at least I'm points for trying, right? Give me the AFL point for a behind. AFL point for the behind. Paul Oost. I will be doing the Springboks game. Yes, Springboks Italy, I believe it is, later tonight. But before that, we've got coming up right after this, the British and Irish Lions tour continues. And they'll be taking on the Australia-New Zealand Invitational 15. So that'll be coming up after this. The Lions have their last hit out, their last warm-up before the proper test matches. As France from the restart come up with a knock-on. And with a minute and a half remaining in this game, New Zealand will have a scrum down inside the French red zone. Raven 187, you had a limited edition jersey signed by Christian Cullen. That's the other one whose autograph I've got, by the way, on that same sheet. Cullen Umunga Lomu. They came to your school as part of the sevens. You wore it too much and the signatures wore away. Oh, yeah, see, you don't wear it. You don't wear it. Andrew Hovel, ahoy, mate. Player of the day, Artie. Well, it's definitely not Bowden Barrett. I digress. Artie Save has been immense, yes. Great game tonight as Tavatava Nawai from the scrum, one out, hits it up. There's 20 seconds left to go. Marley Prime, ahoy, mate. Tavatava Nawai goes again. They're 10 meters out here. Actually, I think I know where. Oh, do I know where all that stuff is? I might try and crack it out. If anybody is going to stick around for the British and Irish Lions game against the Australia-New Zealand Invitational 15, I'll try and dig out some of that merchandise. Show it off on the stream. Tavatava Nawai now. Lays it back. 10 out. The pick and go for Ratama. 5 meters out. He spills it. The siren has sounded. The referee blows his whistle for full time. Our 4-leg multi has hit. And the All Blacks win 43 points to 17. Hell of a performance. The All Blacks much improved on that first test. France, I mean, why did they make all those changes? I mean, 43-17 though. All Blacks with the win. I still feel like, honestly, we're waiting for Scotty Razor to take full control of this team. Does that make sense? Am I making sense here when I say that? I feel like Scotty Razor, when he took over, he was a little bit timid to make too many changes to what Fozzie had in place. And I don't, like, my criticism of Razor was, well, what Fozzie had in place wasn't necessarily good. I mean, who am I to say that, though? Like, let's be honest. I'm just some schlub on social media, you know? And who am I to say? But I feel like I was echoing what a lot of All Black supporters were thinking. What Fozzie had in place was not necessarily that good from what he had handed down to him. And when Razor took over, I thought we're going to see sweeping changes and we're going to see the Razor style brought into the All Blacks. I feel like it's now, we're starting to see it now a little bit more. He's done it slowly, which is probably on reflection pretty fair. Like if he knew he had the backing from the board to go through just a little bit of short-term pain for a long-term gain, I kind of understand it. So, but we're starting to see now, like slowly but surely, the sweepers have been put through Fozzie's squad, and we're starting to see the Razor vision. That's I don't know. That's my 2 cents anyway, for what it's worth. Marley Prime says, Dan, did you like how Hines played last night? He had a very good game, actually. It was funny, like just jumping onto NRL momentarily. It was funny that usually it's Braden Trindle who is the standout half for the Sharks, and Hines is the just there or thereabouts. But yeah, last night Braden Trindle had a shocker, and Nico was actually the standout. DJ Dunn says, congrats on the multi, Dan. See you for the Lions game. Oh, DJ Dunn, thank you very much, mate. Yeah. I will see you soon for the Lions game. As this channel continues to grow, we'll sort of evolve, I suppose, is the word. Evolve into more post-game stuff. But, I mean, I need time to do analysis is the thing. Like, there's things that I could point out that happened during the game and whatnot, but at the end of the day, to actually have something on the screen to dissect and point out, I don't have a team of people working live behind me as it happens, like Sky Sports do or Fox Sports do, so I can't just pull this stuff up in an instant. So as this channel continues to grow, we'll sort of work on post-game stuff. I mean, you guys and gals seem happy enough to just do like post-game Q&As and stuff like that anyway. So, you know, it is what it is. We'll continue to evolve naturally. I try to not put too much thought into it. Just it develops and it is what it is. And I'm more than happy for it to be that way. So, but we do have coming up British and Irish Lions taking on the Australia-New Zealand Invitational 15. As I said, it's their last hit out before the proper test series against the Wallabies. So it'll be interesting to see what team that they put out, how they go. In terms of a same-game multi, okay, well, let's do that. Who are we thinking for this next one? Let's have a look. Let's have a think about it. Lions tour. Lions versus Australia. Oh my God. Is that the jersey? Okay. Somebody asked me at the top of the stream what my thoughts were on the Australia-New Zealand Invitational 15 jersey. And if the jersey is this monstrosity that I'm looking at, that is... Wow. Well, let me tell you, I've already got my first selection Duhan van der Merwe, forget about it. I love that man. He's a beast. One of my favorite players in the code. Duhan van der Merwe, he's in. Mac Hansen, I put him in last time, and he was the only one that let me down. We got 3 of the 4 legs, and Mac Hansen let me down. So bugger him. I'm not putting him in again. Watch the son of a bitch score a try tonight, right? So I've gone Duhan van der Merwe. I'm going to skip over Mac Hansen. Hugo Keenan. Marika Korobette's playing. Okay, let's go Korobette. Marika Korobette, Australia-New Zealand Invitational. Let's throw him in there. Hugh Jones. I love me some Hugh Jones. Have they got the Huey Pilotu combination? They do. Ooh, Hugh Jones. Okay. I've got to suss this out. Is it possible to have try scorer combo Hugh Jones, Huey Pilotu? Then I cover both bases there. Hugh Jones, Mac Hansen. Mac Hansen can bugger off. Watch him score a try tonight. Honestly, watch him score a try tonight. If I can go Hugh Jones, Huey Pilotu, god damn. Seems like I can't. Oh. Okay, so I've got to make a choice. It seems. Hugh Jones or Tui Pilotu. Pangaramosa's a pretty good shout, actually, too, for the Invitational. All right. If I have to choose between Huey Pilotu, I'm going to choose Hugh Jones for my third leg there. So, Duhan van der Merwe, Marika Korobette, Hugh Jones. Actually, really, for some reason, I'm loving that Pangaramosa pick. Pangaramosa. Who's the coach for Australia, New Zealand 15? If it's Stephen Larkham, I'm even more in on Pangaramosa. Do we know who the coach is? Anyone? Have a look. Pierce, you've got money on Jones, and AJ Lamb's a good one as well. I saw AJ Lamb's name there and I thought about it. It's not a bad shout. Not a bad shout, mate, at all. Not a bad shout. Van der Merwe, Korobette, Hugh Jones, Pangaramosa. You know what? Oh, Pangaramosa. Exactly. Exactly. Pierce. Anyone could score tonight. What always makes it very difficult. Pierce Makawala. Anyone can score tonight. That's what makes it so difficult. I'm feeling lucky tonight, though. Maybe I should go points, though, rather than going try scorers. Maybe I should go points. Van der Merwe, Korobette, Hugh Jones. I will kick myself, though, if Pangaramosa got a... Okay, I'm going to take Pangaramosa out. Let's go something like winning margin. Ooh, 12.5 line. 12.5 line. Okay, I'm going to have a think about it. I am going to have a think about it. God bless you all. And I thank you very much for joining me for this one. We nailed this 4-legger. I'm going to have to think about it. I'm sold on those 3 legs, though. Van der Merwe, Korobette, and Hugh Jones. I just need to think about what I'm going to throw in on that fourth leg. So bear with me. But Wasted World of Sports, live on YouTube, live on TikTok, live on Twitch, live on Facebook. Thank you so much for joining us here for our unique blend of alternative commentary. Very much appreciate it. As always, we will be back in about 40 minutes' time for the British and Irish Lions taking on this Australia-New Zealand Invitational 15. Hope to see you there, and we'll finish off this final leg of the multi before kickoff. Thank you so much. Catch you guys soon. And then, of course, later tonight, Springboks Italy. That's coming up as well. Thank you so much once again. Very much appreciate it. Cheers.